Yeah, Thursday.
It doesn't have the same ring to it as Happy Friday, though, does it?
No,
No.
usually it's Thirsty Thursday or Taco Tuesday or
Yeah, it just doesn't have the same ring. But
yeah.
our favorite button pusher is not going to be here tomorrow. So we're going to blame Jennifer for our early arrival.
Sorry.
That's all good. We just like to do one of these videos every week because sometimes we have a little tip or trick or something that, you know, if we can help just one person, then it makes all the work worthwhile. And yeah, Keith, you lost all your hair.
Yeah. Summer's coming, so
You know,
time to get the buzz cut going
Yep.
on.
you're going to be sweaty over here, though.
Yeah, I can deal with that. So a lot of heat escapes through your head, so it won't be
Yeah,
so
that's true.
hot. But
That's true. So yeah, happy days. A little bit of a short week for me again. But yeah, it's been a good week. It's
yeah,
been a quiet week,
yeah,
a little bit. So yeah, the guys must be out in the field drilling or doing something. You know, and typically this time of year we have a couple of slow weeks when people are trying to get their work done. You know, if your office is in a tractor, you're not driving the road to McCook to get your computer fixed. So if you're in the tractor, all the best to you. Hope you're having fun, enjoying yourself, being outside on a day that you might not blow away. Not too bad out there. So yeah, what do we got going on this week, Keith?
Well, we're going to talk about elder fraud, and you know that's something that we see a lot here. Greg actually attended a seminar, got a little bit more information about that, so we'll let you guys know about that. And then one of our network projects that we've been doing is our wireless bridge. So if you want to get internet from one building to another, you know, we'll talk about that too as well. So.
Yep, and then I've been busy doing Facebook ads, which is kind of a little bit of a fun, not so fun thing to do, but I got it done. Proud of myself for doing that, and got a little bit of a YouTube short. But before we get into that, we're just going to do our little 15 seconds of fame here.
The Residential Protection Plan by HonorBound IT is the best support and service for home computer users. You get top-notch antivirus, backup, and remote support. Plus, if you need in-store service, it's free. Visit us at 109 Norris Avenue, McCook, or call 877-686-6642. Your digital peace of mind starts here.
Welcome back. So I guess we'll just get right into it. Keith was saying yesterday that I was out. Were you lonely?
Yeah, it was a little quiet.
Yep. Yeah, we had Jennifer in the afternoon though, so that was a good thing. But yeah, I'm of that age that we're in that retirement mode. I don't plan on retiring anytime soon, but Peggy is going to be retiring at the end of next school year. So, as part of the services that are given to outgoing employees in education, they have like the Nebraska Public Employees Retirement System. People come out and they try to help through a number of issues, like with whole process of retiring, and then also working with their pension, what options that you have with pensions and the like, and understanding a little bit about Social Security. The Medicare person couldn't be there, you know, which was too bad because that was one of the big confusing parts of retirement for some people. But it was really interesting that that whole component on elder fraud, and you know, they are like the nippers or NPERS or whatever they want to call it. They have thousands and thousands of people on the retirement system. The state patrol's on it. A number of the counties are on it. That's where their pensions are managed. and they just see all the time, the stuff that happens to people, that, they end up, if they're not prepared or don't recognize what elder fraud is like, is, some of them lose their entire life savings, and then some lose even more. So they gave us this really nice book here that, it's a really good resource. You get to actually take it twice if you're an employee of the school. But yeah, they were kind of going over some of the, statistics, over $3 billion of losses annually, to elder fraud.
Is that just Nebraska?
No, this is like U.S.
Okay.
Yep, but that it is still like
That's a lot.
pretty sobering, and so they went over several scams, and one was the big one that hit me was the romance scam. Now, a lot of these happen online or through a dating app or through whatever, but the lady who was presenting actually, mentioned this one case that they ran across where this woman got scabbed for like over $80,000. But even though she'd been scabbed and she didn't believe the police, she didn't believe the family, she didn't believe, so she stopped talking to her daughter, so you got to be aware that, these people they have no scruples whatsoever. If you're on an online dating thing and they start asking you for money, and you say no and they stop talking to you, you've done the right thing, but good Lord, it's so easy when your emotions they try to get your emotions going, and then of course we've talked ad nauseum on the tech support scam, and so she actually did a really wonderful job of explaining how to, if you get the Microsoft 365 pop-ups or the Microsoft support or whatever pop-ups on your screen, what to do the Control-Alt-Delete thing, or hold the power button on the computer until it turns off, and then, make sure that you're not restoring your browser. And then there was the grandparent scam. The one where, they call and say, I'm in jail in Canada and send money, and she was telling a story about like one person actually, they were doing it like it was a local scam, and they actually drove to the person's house to get the money. Oh, wow. How barefaced is that, Again, playing on your emotions, and when at least I think, the one thing she was trying to get across is, when you get a little older, your hearing isn't as great for most of us anyways. I know mine's not as good as it used to be. My wife would say that it's selective. Does Matt have selective hearing too?
He's not too bad.
She's not going to get herself in trouble. Good answer. Anyways, when your hearing is not so good and somebody's, sniffling and crying on the phone, you can't tell whether it's really that person. So one other person that was in the seminar said, well, it's almost like the deep fakes thing where people are actually starting to be able to clone voices. So you can't even know if you're really talking to that person. So one clever idea was that if you are talking to somebody on the phone and they're your family member, and it's going to be a serious topic like that, come up with a password to each other that only you two know. So, hi, this is Greg, banana. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have no bananas, you don't get no bananas. And then, of course, the government impersonation scam, the FBI, they're going to come and take you away if you don't pay this fine that you supposedly owe, or, unpaid taxes to the IRS or what have you. And then the sweepstakes lottery, where they try to say, well, you won this awesome prize, but you have to pay the taxes. So it was really, really good, and they actually gave us ways of reporting it, or if you've been had, like who to call, so it wasn't just like, well, here's the information, good luck. It was, and they were also very protective, saying, hey, listen, as a pension plan, we will never call you, to have an annual review or this, that, the other thing. They really were good at explaining. It was overall, I think it was a really good experience. I wish some of the things I knew, a few years earlier, because now when your family member is getting that close to retirement, it's come to Jesus moment. So, you youngins out there, get to planning early, because you have the advantage of compound interest in behind you. Guy like me, man, I don't have that many years left to have the magic compound interest to save, to have, good, decent, we're going to be fine. But, but I don't have, like, if I wanted to do more for myself, it'd be a lot harder than when I'm your age. So do what thou wilt. So yeah, that was the experience of the day, or for yesterday. So a short week for me. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do next? Do you want to do the short first, or do you want to?
Sure. We can. Well, let's wait till that, because we're going to talk about that here in a little bit.
Okay.
But we can talk about was, every show we do our residential protection plan.
Yeah.
A little advertisement, and this week, Greg put together one for Facebook. So if you miss the show, we only do the show once a week. You get to see the ad in your Facebook feed, or if you're watching a video, you might see the ad pop up at the bottom. And it's just an easy way to click, and then it will take you to a page where you can actually sign up for the service online now. So that's another thing that we've added.
Brand new. So
you can always still call 877-686-6642. You can always come to the store, 109 Norris Avenue, McCook, Nebraska, and we can give you the same service as we always have, but we're just trying to expand our reach a little bit. And the nice thing about the Facebook is there's lots of people on it, and the people who see it may have not known that we were around, or may have not had our number, or we hear it all the time where people come and say, I didn't know you were here. And
I've been here 25 years.
Been here quite a long time. And so maybe that just gets people's attention out there. And like we always ask, if, maybe somebody that might need some computer support, or maybe they ask you all the time for computer support, and you're just, either you're not available, or it's just inconvenient, let us take care of that for you.
Yep, absolutely. And no, the making of Facebook ads is a little bit fun. Not. It took us a little bit to figure it out, because I haven't done one in a while. But yeah, and then of course the picture got flagged, because they use AI to recognize fraud, and I had pictures of what the pop-ups look like in the ad. So I had to, get them to put me out of Facebook jail and say, hey, you must have misunderstood it. And they went back and they had a physical human review it. And it's like, oh yeah, this is just kind of telling people what happens, when I click on the wrong thing, and the deal is you might be doing something as innocent as, I'm trying to find a recipe, or I'm trying to, or this ad on Facebook or on whatever platform that you might be on is interesting to me. But it's some sort of a clickbait type deal. Or you might be looking for a manual or an instruction book of some sort, and the bad guys know what our motivations are and what we're looking for and who and what demographic is looking for that type of information, because they're looking for particularly people in the 40 and up range that may not have as strong technical skills and are more trusting. And third, they have money, because all of these bad guys, all they're trying to do is separate you from your wallet. And so we finally got that up. And then, of course, we start getting the scammy people that are trying to tell us that our Facebook ad is copyright infringing, and or people are complaining about this, that, the other thing. We even got it in our ticket system. We have no idea how that happened, but I've had to go in like 3-4 times this week and like report to the Facebook police, like, hey, these people are, they're full of crap, because I buy all of my stock footage. I buy all of the music, because we're very, very conscious of copyright law, and try to abide by the straight and narrow on that. But yeah, it's nice to get it out. And it's nice, actually. We haven't made any sales online yet, but hey, this is the first time I've ever done this. But we are getting traffic to the page, and we have like 29 hits so far from the ads. So we know that Facebook ads do work. We kind of had to look back through all of the rest of the ads that we did, and we were going like, well, that one really didn't ask anybody to do anything. And some of them were just awareness, but yeah, it was our little adventure of the week, wasn't it?
Tricky one, for sure.
Tricky. Yeah. And it just the way they have it laid out, it's just like way overcomplicated, but it is what it is.
Yep. And then another thing that we were talking about is our wireless bridge project. So people who need to get internet, if their internet's in their house, but they're working out at a shop that's, maybe 50 yards away.
Or even a she shed we could do.
Yeah, or even a she shed. They're just not getting internet, and they need to have internet in those places. We actually do these wireless bridges that we set up. So there's like a little radio on one end, there's a radio on the other end, and it shoots the internet directly across, so you're not losing any speed, and you're able to get internet at a distance. So we've been doing those. We've done a few of those projects, and people have been, very happy with the results. We haven't had any complaints yet.
Well, and I can see them, so don't particularly manage them for the few that I have. We can manage them. We do manage network, but they're very rock solid. It's only if the internet provider goes out that anything goes down. But yeah, we can do those all day long, and it's nice because then you don't have to dig a trench and put an outdoor cable. And these wireless connections are fast. I mean, both of the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. It's the same that when we were doing a speed test in the remote building, we were getting about the same internet speed in the house or in wherever the internet was coming from in the other building. So there's really like no loss in speed. And it's kind of handy. Maybe you might want to put cameras, for instance, like surveillance cameras in your shop. Around here, we all leave our doors unlocked and our keys in the vehicles. I know that, when we lived out on the farm, the line of thinking was, hey, take the vehicle, don't shoot me. We left the keys in the vehicle. It's like, here, whatever. and the doors unsecured, on the shop, well, you might want to rethink that and put a little bit more surveillance out there, and we'd have some low cost ability to, we have the ability to give that to you at low cost, and it all integrates with this same wireless building to building stuff. So there's no need to not have or struggle, with crappy internet, because you're in the house, your internet's in the house, and you might get one bar in the outbuilding, but because it's got a metal door. But yeah, we've been pretty happy with that. They're not hard to set up for us, and we can get the gear pretty quick because it's been kind of off the shortage list for a while, if I can call it that. But yeah.
Yeah. Or even if you're in a larger building, not to mention just the wireless bridge, but Wi-Fi, some of the larger buildings, your internet may be on one side of the building, but on the other side of the building, you can't get a strong enough connection to do anything. And we can actually put up Wi-Fi as well. So something to think about.
Yep, absolutely. It's something we do all day long, and we love doing it because it makes a real difference, in people's lives and ability, to get done what they want to get done, so to speak. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like we mentioned earlier, well, let's go ahead and play the video, and then we can talk about the YouTube shorts that we've been working on. Online shopping brings us a new level of convenience. More and more people are shopping online, and scammers know this. Marketplace scams happen when criminals trick their victims on buying and selling platforms. They could be on social media, auction sites, or fake websites. Criminals can create fake listings with tempting deals and ask for payment in advance, then disappear without delivering anything. They also might use fake payment methods or sell counterfeit products. Here are 5 ways to stay safe when shopping online. 1. Be cautious of super cheap deals and check seller reviews. 2. Use a credit card if possible, so you have recourse if things go sideways. 3. Never share personal or financial details outside the platform. 4. If a deal feels sketchy, investigate further before buying. 5. Report any suspicious activity to the online platform to protect others. Remember these tips when shopping online. Stay vigilant, stay safe.
So yeah, Jennifer's been doing a little bit of editing. We did a marathon of recording. And Jennifer, tell us a little bit about your process there with doing these little shorts.
Well, I start out by getting rid of all the excess.
Ums and ahs.
And then I'll add some transitions to it and some B-roll, and
What's transitions?
transitions make it so it's not change. You can see a difference when it changes.
Yep. Yeah, and the B-roll, so you don't have to look at our ugly mugs, like the whole time. Then a little bit of music. You've gotten better at that. How long have you been doing that now?
It's been over a year.
Yeah, it's been over a year. Like Jennifer had absolutely no experience in doing any kind of video editing. We kind of gave her like a little course, if you can call it that. And it just, but you really don't learn it until you start doing it, right?
Right.
And so, so these little shorts, they're going to be little cyber tips for cyber security tips. We might have some, how-to little short little videos coming out here in the future. But, these were the easiest pieces of content for Keith and I to put together. And you kind of like doing that.
Not bad.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. I still haven't we had a little bit of hiccup with my computer there because it was hiccuping this jitter, remember? I still haven't done anything with that, but like the plumber's stuff that leaks, you know.
Yeah.
His house leaks, nobody else's does. But yeah, we'll take care of that at some future date. So yeah, that's fun. A little short one today, huh? Already.
Oh, man.
Holy crap. Half an hour goes by real fast, don't it?
It does.
So shall we bring up His Royal Highness? That is His Royal Highness Ned. He's as cross-eyed as they come. But we love him. Peggy calls him Fluff Bottom. He's ragdoll cat. Do you know what a ragdoll? When you pick up a ragdoll cat, they just like flop.
Ah.
You know. And but he's pretty cool cat. He's middle-aged of all of our cats, but we love him. Crazy guy. Well, Keith, do you feel like dancing on Friday or on a Thursday?
On Thursday?
Yeah.
Why not?
All right. We'll dance our way out. So we're so happy that you joined us, and we hope you'll join us next week.